Dimaga never fails to go far in a tournament, almost ever. Taking down Nesty, taking down MVP. There is Dimaga. Are there any Dimaga fans out there tonight? Well, someone's out there like going, it's 2 in the afternoon, day and I.
That's true. We actually lose track of time here at BlizzCon. Now, I think the players are ready. Are there any fans of Select out there in the crowd?
Excelente. Select, known as one of the most aggressive players in the North American servers, and there he is. Anyone out there think Select is handsome?
He can actually sing so well.
He can sing, he can dance, he can do it all.
He can do everything.
But can he TVZ? We're going to find out right now. Good luck, have fun, and good game.
Here we go, guys. Getting the match started.
Yes!
I am so pumped for this matchup, Sean. Dimaga versus Select. Game. This is BlizzCon 2011. That's all you have to say.
This is BlizzCon 2011, where you're getting the chance to see the best players in the world face off. We are only in round number 2, and already the action is becoming incredible. Again, you never get the chance to see these players play against one another. Same with Nesty and MVP. Never get the chance to see them play against the Americans and the Europeans. You get to see that today as they compete for a chance to win $50,000.
That is a lot of money. So here we go, jumping into the game. Up in the top right-hand corner, we have the red Terran. It's going to be Dignitas Select.
Oh, Select. And in the bottom left, the man who figured out that if you hit Alt 3 on the keyboard, it makes a heart. If you are a fan of mTw.Dimaga, give him a cheer.
So when we were talking there for a second, Sean, you were just saying how hard this map is for Zerg in the mid to late game because of how hard it is to secure that third base. Where else, besides going for a 2-base all-in for the Zerg, what else can he actually do?
Well, one of the big things that Zerg wants to go for is obviously after establishing control of his own natural expansion, this third base in combination with taking this left fourth base becomes a very important play. Whenever Terran tries to go to the right side, go to the bottom, you counterattack along the left side. If he tries to go to the left, then you counterattack along the right side. The big aspect Zerg must exploit is the large distances and counterattack routes that are available to him. But Select going to open up right away with a double 11 racks.
We haven't seen this in a long time, but you know, Select has actually, I feel like, always been aggressive early on in this matchup, Sean.
Yes, Select absolutely has some incredible marine control, but most importantly, he has very strong transitions. He knows exactly what to do to follow it up. If Dimaga can possibly pick off one of these SCVs building, that will literally shut the entire attack down. And look at this, Dimaga building his hatch and then building up to 17 drones. Whoa. He is not getting an early pool at all. His answer is going to be to have better drone control.
I love it when a Zerg player just feels so confident that he can go for that 15 hatch. There's the pool going down right at, I think that was 18 supply before the extractor, but that is one of the latest pools I've seen in a long, long time, Sean.
Yeah, I mean, this is an interesting answer that a lot of Zergs have had. Some have been trying to get the pool earlier and earlier, but players like Dimaga just say, well, let me get it later and later and build these drones because the drones are actually extremely powerful against this early aggression, and there Dimaga spots all of it and needs to make sure he doesn't lose any drones at this stage. Every drone lost is a chance for Dimaga to begin to step, or a chance for Select to really step ahead in that economic lead, as right now he only has 14 SCVs.
You see the drones actually being pretty aggressive here. You know, drones versus Marines in small numbers, it can be very, very easy for the drones to actually take them out. Select is a little bit wary of going in, and if he could actually pick off some of these overlords, that would be really, really huge. But as we do see the spawning pool finish, 6 lings will be coming out. The 2 queens have been started. And is this attack going to do a lot of damage for Select? You know, I'm not so sure. That is just really aggressive with those drones.
These are quite militant drones, JP. Moving out, pushing the attack back, but their Select starts the bunker, but that is not going to last very long. We have 6 Zerglings out right now, but Select already has a fairly high Marine count.
Be careful.
Starting to kite it, and oh no! Marines 4 and 5 arrive on the scene, and almost 0 damage is dealt. 1 Marine does fall, but the drones are going to need to do some big damage. We're seeing the drone numbers start to dwindle. The Marine count is starting to fall as well, and it looks like the Zerglings will be able to prevent the bunker from finishing.
There's one in the back. Is he going to finish it?
Oh,
he is going to finish, and he gets inside. That is really, really huge. This other bunker should be canceled and possibly rebuilt, or, you know, you might just let it finish there. The Queen is out. There is a lot of Marines here. They need to get back in that bunker. This one SCV will be taken out here, but Select is still a very, very big threat right now to Dimaga.
And right now, Dimaga is desperately trying to have all his drones mine minerals, so that way, oh no, the Queen falls. And it looks like bunker number 2 does manage to finish. There are no SCVs in sight. All the Marines step into that forward bunker. But look at that unit tab, only 16 SCVs for Select. He doesn't really have the opportunity to get that high of a count, but oh, look at this aggression, picking off as many drones as he can.
Uh-oh, and he does get back into that bunker, loses one of the Marines. Looks like that bunker will fall. He can obviously retreat to this other one as it does finish, and now he's got to clean up all those lings, go for the second Queen, gets back inside. If he loses that other Queen, it's really going to hurt his production, Sean.
In that production tab, we see only Zerglings in production for Dimaga, and it looks like the Zerglings are going to try to sneak around, and he gets a lot, and there goes down 2 full Marines. Select bringing more SCVs to the front, though that helps with the repair. It does mean Select has still not very many SCVs mining.
We see that he's already got a second command center in production. He's got 2 gas as well, but this attack is still ongoing, but that is just so many lings there for Dimaga. I think it finally will get cleaned up, and Dimaga can finally return things to normal for just a little while longer.
Select able to pull out, take it down, and Dimaga has successfully defended the double 11 racks.
And one thing that you got to be really careful of is that you don't just get overrun by lings right after that. As we see, these 2 Marines might make it back to base. It's going to be close. There's a bunker pretty close to being finished. He also is fully walled off in his main, but the lings are right here, Sean.
And here come the lings starting to wrap around Select with that trademark Brilliant Micro. The bunker is really not that close to being finished. There it finally finishes. And thank God those Zerglings were coming along the left side. If they were on the right, Select may have lost that front immediately.
Now, looking in the units tab, we have Dimaga at 15, 16 drones, and Select is at 24. That attack, you know, it didn't seem like it did all that much, but it really denied the fact that he had to use all those larvae for lings instead of drones, and it's really going to help him out as this game is progressing forward.
And we see the double factory down now for Select. Looks like he has some Blue Flame Hellion plans in store, but the Marines from Select so aggressive. And look at this, in the 8 p.m. tab, Select with 184. And this 8 p.m. is designed to eliminate redundant actions. Select is playing at lightning speed right now, just such a fast player.
That is, I think, the highest that I've seen it since the 8 p.m. change. Most people usually idle around 100, 120. I've never seen it up in that 184 range
That
before.
is incredible stuff. And a third command center from Select. He is going into heavy 2-base macro mode.
And we see, of course, the factory out. Is he going to be getting Blue Flame? There it is, actually being upgraded. So we're going to see some Blue Flame dual factory play out of Select here. And what are we going to be seeing from Dimaga? Well, he has a Baneling Nest coming up. He's got that Spine Crawler, of course, at his natural. Still on no lair tech. Still on hatch tech, I guess is what you would call that. So also still on 2-base. And this is kind of the situation that you were referring to where it gets really, really difficult for Zerg.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what Select does, he is effectively denied a comfortable third base for Zerg, and that is going to be enough for Select to slowly get a bigger and bigger advantage. But look at the answer that Dimaga has in store. He is going to be getting a Roach Warren up. If Dimaga times this out properly, he will have Roaches up to defend against that Blue Flame Hellion push, and with the Banelings, he can defend against future follow-up attacks as well.
See a couple of Banelings being morphed in. The lair has started. Roach Warren about halfway complete. And Select, you know, he's just kind of sitting pretty right now with the Marines and Hellions, not adding on any other tech just yet. He might try to secure a very quick third, but a lot of times when they do get this fast command center, they really get their natural and main saturated very, very fast, as well as that additional mule.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you can get all these mules up definitely lets you start slowly springing ahead. There's this brief period where Select is a little bit behind before he can really kick into gear, but here's Select building 3 barracks. He's walling off the counterattack path. He's starting to get ready to move out, and Dimaga needs to recognize immediately and begin flooding with Roaches, and there the Roaches are incoming right now. Select does not have any upgrades for these Marines. If the Roach count from Dimaga is sufficiently high, he can cut down this entire attack with ease.
He's got 4 Roaches coming out right now. Here come the Blue Flame Hellions, though, and they're going to run into the Banelings, getting one of them. Is he going to try to go back and get the others? No, it looks like he will retreat for just a little bit longer. If he can get in there, he takes out one more. Those 2 Banelings are going to be so crucial for this attack, but there is a lot more coming, Sean.
And Select doing the classic expert move. You walk to your opponent's front door, and then you